Welcome, everyone, to the Promise to Succeed podcast. This is the podcast where we talk to real estate agents and get their stories. So today I am on with Kevin, UK based real estate agent that serves Jamaicans. And Kevin has a really great story that he's going to be sharing with us today. So, yeah, Kevin, my really good friend, we've become really good
Yes,
friends
yes, yes, yes.
since we've
Feel
doing
like
this.
it's been a long time, but it
Yes.
hasn't.
But I want to start at the beginning, right?
Okay.
As a real estate agent, you have with background in law and all of that. What made you choose to do this challenge of serving Jamaicans from the UK?
So I've always been passionate about properties. Prior to becoming an agent in Jamaica, I used to sell properties in the UK as a kind of a sideline thing, never my main thing. I did in the Middle East as well,
Okay.
apartments and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then why not extend it to Jamaica? Because I was always doing bits and pieces in Jamaica in terms of Airbnb type situation.
Right.
So I had reason to still keep a close tie with Jamaica. I've never really broken the tie because I've always had some
Business.
business arrangement going.
Right.
So then I decided to expand to this. Something I love, something I can relate to, something I understand. Because I did land law and I understand a lot about law and stuff like that,
Right.
where property transfer and conveyancing is concerned. So it felt kind of natural in terms of doing it like that.
I can
Everything
imagine.
lined up.
I can imagine. Yeah. So you're all the way in the UK serving clients and stuff, and you're having to now serve these persons in Jamaica and do a really great job at it. And I mean, you do a really good job at it. Sometimes
Yeah.
people think that you're in Jamaica,
Yeah.
so how the job is done. So how do you?
You're right. It is quite difficult because it's not just the distance, it's also the time difference, 5 or 6 hours time difference, which means that if I need to have a conversation at 5 o'clock when someone finishes work, it's already 10 or 11 o'clock for me, depending on the time of year.
Right.
Already I'm on the back foot where that is concerned. So it's difficult.
Yeah.
Also, it's not like I can walk to see the person next door. I have to make sure I'm being impactful on the phone because I don't have the benefit of being able to smile with the person,
Right.
being able to shake the hand. So my voice and my presence on the phone, I've got to fill in all of these gaps. So it presents an even bigger challenge. Also, the issue of verifiability. How do I know who you say you are? I face that challenge as well. Sometimes I have to bridge it with things like a video call, or I've got little ways and means that I
Right.
get it kind of verified. But yeah, it is challenging. But eventually you develop a system that helps you where that is concerned. You know the right time to schedule something that is an ideal time between the UK and Jamaican time. For example, 3-4 o'clock might be 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock is a decent time to have a conversation.
Right.
Yeah. Or sometimes you might just have to stay up late and do it.
Right,
If it has
right.
to be done, it has to be done.
Exactly.
We are here to serve the client. So yeah.
Thank you.
It's difficult, but it's doable if it's something that you enjoy, and I enjoy now. Yeah.
And you're doing it. So
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so let's talk about marketing because at PTS we're all about marketing. What's marketing like for you, and how important is marketing for you?
Okay. For my definition that I work with for marketing is everything that helps to bring the goods, or in this case a service, to the client. So in other words, all the step is basically marketing.
Right.
So it's not just what leads to the sale, is the after sales service
Right.
that you give the client, which means that they can now become, by extension, tell their friends, tell someone else
Right.
about you. So now they're doing your marketing. It's also about the service that you provide when you do get the customer on board.
Okay.
And what traditionally most people define as marketing is the activities now that leads to the client acquisition. So whether it be advertising, whether it be cold calling, all of these kind of things. But I just think it's a little bit bigger because you could have all the cold calling, all the email marketing, all the adverts. But if the client is not serviced well, if the after support is not there, then I don't think the marketing is complete.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
marketing, then sales, and then fulfillment.
Yeah.
Right. It's a system.
It's a system, and all of it combined
Together.
into the aim of it all is to bring satisfaction to the customer. We used to define it as bringing satisfaction to the customer in a profitable manner.
What's your favorite part about marketing? Like, if you were to choose one activity in marketing, what would that be?
Moving the client from I am not sure to put in their signature and say, yes, I am ready,
Ready
to do
to
this.
this.
Yeah. Or if it's a buyer, taking them through all the process and getting them to find what they want and then just seeing the satisfaction on their face once they have done it. But there's also the part of it which is the whole gamemanship part of it, as in playing the game against competitors. Because you will have competitors in every field,
Naturally,
and you use your marketing or superior marketing to win.
Right.
So I always like, what can I do in a kind of guerrilla marketing kind of way to give me a leg up, to give me an advantage over the competition. And for me, it's like superior service. What if the client has not experienced me? Sometimes it's about your personality. People buy from who they like.
Right.
That's a well-known fact. So if I present myself as being genuine and really listen to the client, you may have told me that, okay, I have a dog and the dog is sick. And then I'm showing you, so I'm like, well, do you remember, what was your dog's name again? That's a nice little spot. You could have, like, oh,
Right.
you remember my dog?
Exactly.
Already, I have already differentiate myself from the person who is thinking, okay, this the commission that I'm going to get from this is X, because the person can see that you actually listened, took the time to understand my need, and you remembered. People like to be that details that they put forward, that they are remembered and they are not quickly forgotten.
Most definitely.
Yeah, so that can be a tool, because essentially, in terms of the basic of what we're offering, it is very similar in one sense. My job might be to find a client a home.
Right.
So 5 people could do it. But how can I do it faster, if it's more efficient, and also let the client feel satisfied? How can I let the client feel that I am on their side? So that is part and parcel of it as well.
There are hundreds of real estate agents, maybe even thousands in Jamaica doing the same thing. So you have to really differentiate yourself as being on the client side and not on the side to get a commission.
Yeah. And it's a competitive space like most things, but I've never been afraid of competition. To be no, because whether it be sports or anything, I am here to win, but I'm not afraid to lose and to learn from it to build again. So I just take that over into it as well.
I think that's important too, when you look at the fact that you're not gonna win every single battle.
No.
You have to lose, and then when you lose, you learn, you take the lessons from the loss and ensure that you never lose in that same way again.
Yes. Yeah. For example, quick example of this, you might be talking to a client, they might have a nice listing, or it might be a buyer, and you and the client had a good connection. But 2 weeks later, when you are now ready to do something, the client says, sorry, I went with someone else. So then you've lost. So the question then is, why have I lost? And you might realize that actually I took too long between the initial contact and coming back to the client, and someone literally just came and knocked on the door. Oh, I heard you want to sell something. I'm here. Well, you're here. I've spoken to Kevin. I haven't got any commitment with him. Let's go with. And so you have not. So my challenge then is to cut the time between initial contact and the follow-up contact.
From there, you're able to now win those ones that you probably would have lost doing that same thing.
Exactly.
Makes sense. All right, so I want to switch gears a little bit, Kevin. So most real estate agents, when they just start, they don't know whether they should focus on listings, on being a listing agent, or being a buying agent, or a rented. Like, it's so confusing. What's your thought in that space? Like, are you a listing agent or a buying agent, and why are you doing that? What would you classify yourself?
I mean, I think people have got the option to pick where they stand with it. I've got a geographical constraint in that I live thousands of miles away from the property that I'm trying to rent. So the idea is, which one of these, whether listing or selling would give me the best position in terms of able to deliver
Mm-hmm.
at the best service.
Mm-hmm.
And so I chose to focus on listing because
Mm.
it's easier to do that remotely than it is to do being a selling agent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not that if just in case someone is watching and is looking to buy a multi-million dollar property, I am the guy for it. Logistically, it is easier living further for me to list than to
Right.
be servicing a lot of people who are looking to buy and stuff like that. It's a little
Right.
bit more difficult. You really need to be on spot and on site a little bit more.
Right.
And it's easier to form relationship with other realtors
Mm.
if you're listing.
Listing.
When you have someone who wants to buy, you could liaise with a colleague and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's a lot easier, in my opinion.
see.
If I was on site, maybe I would do it 50-50 or focus more on that. But I still believe that listing is where it is.
Listing is
Yeah.
that makes sense. That makes sense. Exactly. Yeah. So I agree with that 100%, Kevin. And I believe that, especially someone who is not living in Jamaica, that is a major focus that should be looked at in terms of listings. We should be focused on listings, and then from listings, you will eventually get more buyers, maybe even some renters and stuff. But once you're focused on the listings, everything else usually falls into place. That's what I believe as a marketer myself.
Yeah.
And I have one last question for you, right?
Sure.
So, in all your experiences doing marketing, what would you say is the biggest lesson that you've learned doing marketing for real estate? What would you say is your biggest lesson?
The biggest lesson that I have learned is do not let the value of a property determine how much attention and detail and care that you give a client. And I had a situation where a client had a modest property that they wanted to sell.
Right.
And I gave him as much attention as if he had a multi-million property. The thing is that he knows other people.
Right.
And so he might then know the person with the multi-million property to refer to me. And I treat him like, oh, your property doesn't, whatever commission it won't affect my life. It's that's just enough to buy my red stripe beer.
Exactly.
It would have been a different situation, but he could feel like, okay, I've got a realtor. He really cared about my little piece of land that I was selling. But my cousin has got a big villa that is £2 million or $2 million.
Right.
Let's introduce it. So you have to basically see list not just as a discrete activity, but as the potential to generate future business and treat people with the respect that they deserve, and let them become your marketing engine, telling everybody. They said that if one person is satisfied, they will tell maybe 2, 3, 4 people. If they are dissatisfied, they will tell a lot of people. So my job is to make them as satisfied as possible and take the referrals.
Most definitely, Kevin. I appreciate that. And you heard it from the man himself, guys. Kevin Robinson, realtor extraordinaire. He shares the number one take is whether their property is high commission output or low commission output, treat them with the same care as if they were sharing a multi-million dollar property with you. Because the value of the referrals that come from that, you never know what it could be. So I really appreciate that point, Kevin, and I believe that the viewers would really, really appreciate that too. And just one last take from this is that, as Kevin says, he lives overseas. It's much easier for him to focus on like listings and stuff. So one take from this call that you guys can do is to start focus on your listings. When you focus on listings, everything else falls into place. The buyers come because you can be a listing agent and also sell the property to and double up on your commission, or the relationships, as Kevin said, that you build from a listing is a lot more wholesome. Not that you're not gonna do the buying side of things, but as Kevin said, focusing on that listing will help you to have a lot more bang for your buck. And for you, Kevin, just go ahead and share with the viewers as we wrap up anything that you'd want to share with them, and also your socials. How is it that they would reach out to you if it's a case where they want to do business with you, for people with properties or real estate agents who want to sell a property to overseas buyers?
Okay. So my contact, I'll have them on this on screen. So on Facebook is Property Guy JA, and you could see some of the listing there. You could also pull me up on Guzong Realty Group, and then you could see my listing there, verify my credentials and all of that, which is a big thing as well. I encourage people to always try to verify credentials to know who they're dealing with. And my contact number, which I will have on the screen, my UK number would be 447878102041. You don't have to remember that. I know UK numbers are extremely long, so I will put it on the screen
On the
so that you
screen.
guys can access it. Yeah, well, it's been
All
good.
right.
Yeah,
Most definitely,
yeah.
Kevin.
Thank
And
you for
I
sharing.
want, before we wrap up, I want you guys to go on Kevin's website. He has an amazing guide called the Yard to Abroad Seller's Guide, where
Yes.
he's talking about selling your property globally. You can actually book a consultation with Kevin if you're a realtor
Yeah, do
or
some
co-list.
collaboration. I'm always open to
Right.
collaboration. I've got probably more access to European UK market. You have something that you think might be a bit challenging to shift that's more suited for the overseas market. Reach out. We're in the same game. Getting properties to people is their biggest purchase they most people ever make, and we're there to make sure they make the right one and they're happy when they do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much,
It's
Kevin,
a
for
pleasure.
coming. It's
Pleasure.
been a pleasure. And this has been Promise to Succeed podcast with Kevin Robinson. And just visit us again. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Music, on YouTube podcasts. We're there. And you'll see one of these from us every single week. So check us out. Thank you so much. Keep watching, keep selling, keep being great real estate agents. All right. Take care. Peace.